Hey guys, how you doing? Right here again. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, it's Nitro Kyosho. Well, it's been flying season with the helicopters and everything, guys, and haven't been doing a lot of videos with the cars here. I have quite a few extensive videos out there, guys. If you search my channel, they're break-in videos, maintenance videos, first time starting videos, pretty extensive line of videos if you just search my channel. This video I want to make is just to answer some general questions. I've been getting a lot of questions about nitro cars, and I try to tell people, and I want to say it in this video again, if you ask me a question, guys, you send me a message, you got to be pretty descriptive. You just can't say it won't start and what's the problem, because it could be a multiple different problems. You got to really be descriptive if you want me to help you. I want to help you. I want to help people. That's why I have this channel, but I just can't help people that, you know, just say, well, the car won't start. You know, has it been sitting there for 2 years with bad fuel? Is the glow plug the right one or bad? You know, or the receiver batteries charged? Is, you know, glow igniter work? How much experience do you have with these things? So today I'm just going to go over some general things that I've been getting asked a lot, and hopefully it'll help some of those guys out there. But like I said, I'm here to help, guys, but to be able to give you the best help and the best information, I really need a description of what's going on. I need the brand name of the vehicle, the type of engine, the electronics you're running, you know, really to help. I'm not a mind reader. So please, whether it's helicopters, whatever it is, guys out there, please try to give some kind of a description, a part, a name brand of what it is, something for me to go on. Now with these cars, guys, it could be nothing and it could be a million things, and it's just, there's really not a whole lot of things on these things. I say a million things, but it could just be a lot of weird stupidity, you know, with these cars, and they can be confusing, but once you get the hang of it, you should be pretty good. Now, we're not going to do a video here about breaking it in and all that, because I have all those videos. This is just going to be a quick little, you know, tips, tricks type video, and some general advice. Now, if you've had one of these cars sitting, we'll start with this one. If it's been sitting a long time, for a year or 2 years, first thing you want to do is make sure that it hasn't been left with fuel in it. If it had fuel left in it, and you want to definitely empty that fuel out, take that gas tank out of there. You can clean it out with a toothbrush, with some simple green, you know, whatever it takes to clean it out. You can use maybe a little mineral spirits, but definitely clean the tank out. And if the tank has got fuel, it's probably got gummed up fuel lines. Get yourself a little $6 pack of fuel lines and change the fuel lines out. And definitely put a glow plug in there, a new glow plug. Also, I would recommend, if it hasn't run for a long time, you can either take some fuel and put a little bit of fuel down inside there, and take your flywheel and move it around, get that piston going up and down, get it lubricated. Or you could take some run after oil, which I have back here, which looks like this. It's a red oil. It's just called after run oil, and this is for storing, if long-term storage. I use this in the winter time only. I don't use it in the summer when I'm running these things all the time. And definitely, other than those things that I told you, definitely make sure you have a charged glow igniter, your receiver pack is charged, And if it's a pull start, then you don't have to worry about anything. If you have a drill start or a bump box type start, make sure those batteries are charged up. And most chances are, guys, if it ran before you put it away, it's going to run again. Just take those precautions, and you should be fine. Another gentleman sent me an email saying that he had this car, it ran fine, and all of a sudden it takes off, and he said it'll go full throttle when he turns the wheels or something along those lines. Well, usually things like that, crazy things like that. Now, I didn't know if he was running an AM/FM radio. He didn't tell me. I don't know if he had a Spectrum radio. I don't know if he was getting interference from something, which definitely could cause it on some of the older systems, which there's not a lot left. Nobody's giving AM and FM really radios anymore. Everything is Spectrum spread, technology. But that could definitely be a linkage problem. Definitely check. I told him check your linkages out and do a test with the body off. Take your controller before it's started. Give your throttle. Take your air cleaner off, guys. Oops, that's another thing I forgot. When you haven't run it for a long time, definitely take that air cleaner off, clean that up, and re-oil it and put it on before you run the vehicle. If you put it away in the air cleaner, the oil is real dense and dirty and just been sitting, that's going to cause havoc too. So make sure you do that also. I forgot almost. But definitely do a pre-check, guys. Have the body off. Don't start the thing. Take your air cleaner off. Make sure you put it back on before you run it. You never want to run one without an air cleaner. But pull that off. Make sure your carb there is working, is opening and closing, and make sure that you got that little bit of a millimeter so it's not closed completely. If it's closed completely, it isn't going to start. And make sure that your steering is working properly, that no servos need to be reversed, that you don't have reversing on your throttle or your steering or anything. Make sure that's, and look down inside there, guys. Make sure your linkages aren't being rubbing on anything, on fuel lines or on any kind of plastic. Make sure that they're moving freely, okay? And other than that, I mean, really, as far as troubleshooting these things, guys, if it ran once, most of the troubleshooting on these guys really stems from a bad glow plug. That's the life of the engine, that and the air filter. The air filter has to always be clean and oiled. The glow plug, if it's not, that's almost 99% of the time what it stems around. If the glow plug is bad or it's fouled out, when you break these things in, guys, and they're done being broken in, they've been broken in very rich, on the rich side, always change your glow plug out at the fifth tank when you're going to start tuning it. You can't tune these things with a fouled out glow plug in them. They're only $4 or $5. It's not going to break the bank. So definitely save yourself a headache and change that out. And having a glow igniter, if you get these ones with the meters on them, when these are charged and you put this onto the glow plug itself, the meter is going to shoot up from 0 in the red up to 6 on this dial, and it's going to let you know that this glow igniter is working. All right, takes the mystery out of that. That's a nice thing that they have that little meter on there. Having fresh fuel, okay, always take the fuel out of these things, guys. Don't store them with fuel in them. I almost will run mine dry, and then you can open up the gas can, the gas tank. You can take a piece of a white rag or even a paper towel and put it there, and you can turn it upside down, let it the rest little bit that's left in the bottom absorb into that. Just take that, throw it out. Or you can take a bulb primer, you can suck out whatever is remaining. But that's really a key too. Don't leave fuel in these things, guys, even if it's overnight. Take it out, put it back in your fuel bottle. And, you know, most of the time, if these things ran for you good, guys, and they were all tuned and good to go when you stored them away, they're usually going to be the same when you take them out. I mean, unless you really left them outside in the backyard and it snowed and rained on top of the thing. I mean, if it was, it's not like storing a 57 Chevy. I mean, you could put this thing in a corner of your room or a closet, so I guess there's no real need to be leaving these in any kind of extreme conditions. I keep mine in the house. You know, but making sure too that your drivetrain, everything is freely moving on it. If it hasn't run for a long time, I would probably recommend changing out the fluids, whether you're using grease or differential, you know, your fluids in your gearboxes. The silicones tend to leak out over time, and you wouldn't want to run them dry. And just, you know, these things are like anything else, guys. I mean, your pre-checks on, make sure all your nuts and bolts are tight. Look them over, make sure no screws are vibrating loose. If you got any metal-to-metal parts, make sure you Loctite them with a medium strength blue Loctite. There's no need to be using red Loctite on these things. Make sure your tires are on there, your nuts are tight, and do your pre-checks on these things. It'll save you a lot of headaches, guys. But, you know, those are just some of the general things to be aware of. Having your batteries charged, your glow igniter, a new glow plug. If you had fuel, like I said, in there, take it out, clean it out. If you're going to start it up, have some fresh fuel in there. And these are just some little tips, you know. And I wanted to give you guys, make sure your linkages are all freely moving. Always do your pre-check when you turn all your electronics on. All right, make sure that take that air filter off. If that carburetor, guys, could be a problem for you. If that is closed, it's not going to start, okay? And even if you do get it started by holding the throttle, and once you let it off, it's going to die. And making sure the glow plug is good also. But if you follow these little tips and pre-checks on these things, you should be okay. Definitely for the guy that sent me that message about it going out of control on him, if you're using an old AM radio, guy, it's probably some kind of a signal interference. If you're using an FM radio, it could still be some kind of an interference. He was saying that it was going crazy. Definitely those two things, AM, FM, old, if it's an old system, he didn't ever tell me what it was. And definitely check your linkages, guys, because if the linkages aren't working right or something, one of your servos, by accidentally, you went in there and reversed something, that could cause crazy things to happen with these. But usually the biggest thing of a runaway nitro car in the days of past were related to some kind of radio interference. So definitely make sure you got charged battery, receiver packs, glow igniters, new glow plugs, fresh new fuel, cleaned out tanks and fresh fuel lines. And you shouldn't have any issues with these things for the most part. Like I said, if you need help, guys, with tuning, maintenance, I have several videos. Search my channel. Search Nitro Car Buggy, Nitro Car Help. I have a lot of videos out there that I made, extensive videos, remake videos, and there's really nothing else I can make to, you know, to help you guys. Those videos are very extensive and very long. There's break-in videos, how to break it in properly, how to store the car properly, you know, how to use it responsibly. I mean, general maintenance on these things, how to tune them. So, like I said, it's pretty extensive videos I already have, guys. So please check those out. And if you do have any questions for me, please be as descriptive as you can, guys, and I'll try my best to help you out. I really will. I don't like to see people struggle in this hobby. I don't like to see people give up on this hobby, whether it's helicopters or these guys. That's why I've taken the time to make all these videos. I want people to have fun in this hobby, and I want you to stay with these hobbies because they're a blast. So, thanks for watching. I hope this helped. I hope this gave you some information, guys. And please search my channel, and you'll find all the videos you need on these nitro cars and electric cars and all the help that you could possibly want. So, thanks for watching. If you want to subscribe, it's Nitro Keo Show.